Hey guys, welcome back to Storey House Books. It's Tiana as usual. So what are we making tonight? Let's make some stuff. So this is one of my cigar boxes. Oops, let me turn my light on. Here we go, that's better. This is one of my cigar boxes that I collect. And inside of it, I usually throw some stuff in that I've been just creating on the fly or got inspired by. So out of this box, we're gonna choose a couple things. We're gonna create two things that I kind of really enjoyed. So what are they? We have these, and I created a bunch of them because I really liked them. These are Vellum pockets, or like a Vellum window pockets, or I don't know what you call them, made from book pages in Vellum. I saw this on one of Gail Gastonelli's videos, and it inspired me to create a whole bunch of them. And that actually inspired this little thing, which is one of my base envelopes with the butcher's twine closure and a Vellum window. So we're gonna make these two items tonight. And let's put these back in here. And there's a bunch of stuff in here that I'm gonna show you guys, but we'll get to those in other videos. Okie dokie. All right, what are you gonna need? Well, you'll need a couple things. I got some book page here that I've already kind of trimmed down. And then we'll trim it down a little bit more depending on the size of the pocket we want as far as the height. For the envelope, you'll need a sheet of cardstock or what have you, cut 10 by 6. All my envelopes are basically 10 by 6 for that. We'll need some vellum for the windows. Need that. You'll need some butcher's twine or jute thread, or however you want to do the closure for your vellum envelope. You'll need an eyelet crocodile as well. Some glue, either art glitter glue or your Fabri-Tac, either one works. And what else? We'll start with that, and then we'll move on from there. So let's start with the pocket. Now, you are going to use a scoreboard because we're going to do some scoring. And I don't think I want my pocket that tall, so let's go ahead and cut it down a little bit. I'm going to cut some off the bottom here. Let's see about there. Cut some of that off. And then let's cut some of this off up here. How about, let's just get the image. And you'll see why in a few minutes. We'll keep this for later. For something else, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and score. We're going to score a 1/2 inch all the way around, and that's going to give me a pocket that's 5 inches across. And that should fit on any journal page, or folio, for that matter, since I make a lot of those, as you guys may have noticed. Okay, now, let's go ahead and fold these in. Before we do that, actually, let's go ahead and miter this bottom corner down here. So, where the two lines or two folds intersect, you are going to cut at an angle. It's a slight one, this one, and slight angle here. So you can get a little piece that comes out shaped like that. Okay, and we'll do the other side. Let me cut this little piece off there. And do the other side the same way. Little angle there, and a little angle this way. Okay. And that's all we need for the scoring board. Alright. You want to go ahead and also miter up here at the top as well. Since they are pockets, we don't want to see that once we fold these. Okay. Now, go ahead and make your folds. And you want this bottom part to kind of come over the sides of these other two. So it kind of looks like that, like a frame. Yeah? Let's go ahead and give it a nice burnish with our bone folder. And there we go. What do we do next? Okay, so we're going to cut and fit the piece of vellum for this. So I'm going to just slide it down in here. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't have mitered that. I don't think I should have done that. let's cut that piece off. Cut that part off. I made a boo-boo. Like I said, I'm just learning how to do these, so, you know, sometimes I make mistakes. But easy fix, just like that. Okay, so remember, do not miter those pieces up there. So we're going to fit the vellum here. This just happens to be wide enough, looks like. Yep, that'll work. And then we're going to cut off the excess here. So with a pencil, I'm going to just mark it right there and cut below that line. So let's line this up. And I'm going to cut just to the left of that. And that ought to fit. And let's double check. Just slide that in. Looks wide enough, looks long enough. Right, I did it the right way. Here we go. I think it's a little bit too long. That way. Does it really matter? I don't know. I don't know, guys. No, we're good. Alright, it's long enough, it's wide enough. Alright, what we're going to do next is we're going to glue these flaps down to the vellum, okay? So, with whatever, I'm going to choose Fibertex because we're doing it onto vellum. And then just put the glue on there. Get it come out. Come on. Here we go. Here we go, one side. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, I'm going to press that down flat, like so. And then we do the bottom. And just flip that up, like so. Now, if you wanted to, you could have inked the inside of these here and all the way around if you'd like. For the sake of time, I'm not doing that because I'm very limited on the amount of storage space I have right now on my phone for filming and editing. But there you go, pocket, cool. And you could put another image back behind there if you wanted to. I left the garden image back behind there, but it's as simple as that. Easy peasy, right? And you put journaling card in there or big fat tab, whatever you wanted, and just put it on the page. Isn't that pretty? I mean, so totally simple and totally cute, right? And you don't have to just use bookpage. You can use any kind of paper you'd want for this, which is what inspired me to do the next thing, which was the envelope that I just showed you guys. So we're going to make an envelope with a vellum window that this inspired. I got these other envelopes all in the way. Let's move those. Okay, so with this one, same thing. We're going to score a 1/2 inch on the long sides. So this is a 10 by 6. So we'll score at a 1/2 inch and then at 5.5. Okay. All right, and then the second part we're going to do is we're going to also, where the flip up would be for the envelope, we're going to score another 1/2 inch. And you'll see why shortly. Okay. Now, that away. Let's go ahead and do our folds. And make sure you get this fold as well. Okay, that just looks a little bit off, so let me see if I can straighten this out here. Okay. All right. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually cut these edges. Make sure I did that right. I've only done it the one time, so I want to make sure I get my reference out here. I don't want to show you guys the wrong way. So, did I cut those? I did. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to leave that alone for a minute. Fold this back up. And we're going to fold up our bottom flap to the depth of the our envelope that we want. Now I'm just going to eyeball this, and I think that's a good depth right there. And then give that a nice fold, and then we're going to do our top fold down. Make sure you get that even. Yeah, it looks about right. I think that's about even. Here we go. All right, give that a nice burnish there. All right. Now we're going to open this up, and we're going to do some cutting here to get rid of the bulk. All right. Now we're going to start up here where each of these folds intersects. We're going to cut out, like you've seen in my, if you watch the other videos where I show you how to make my base envelopes, just like that. It helps your envelopes fold a little nicer and a lot neater and lay flatter. And there we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is a little extra is on the top flap, I'm going to use a die cut and cut that edge there. So, if I can find what I just did. Oh, there we go. I have these little page edgers that I use for my envelopes. I'm going to use this one, and it'll cut a piece out like that. Okay, we'll do that really quick. Now you don't have to do this. You can cut yours up by hand. Totally up to you. Either or. Since I have these, I'm going to use them. Okay. Now for this, we just need the die itself, a little bit of washi tape to keep it down. Like so. Alright, we're going to grab our envelope, fold those tabs in, and center our die as best we can. And then just tape it down. That looks about right. Okay. And we'll put this down here. Okay. And we'll run it through. Now I'll go in one way, and then I'll back it up and come out the other way, and that ought to do it. Just peel it off carefully, and we're done with that. Now again, you don't have to do that. You can always just cut your edges by hand, okay? Now that we've done that, we're going to first glue down, I'm going to use art glue for this part, glue down these flaps up here at the top. I leave them on just because I like it, because I think it strengthens the flap. You do not have to do that. You can cut these off. Up to you. Personal preference. Again, like I said, I leave them on just because I think it strengthens the flap itself. Okay? Now, the next part we are going to do is we're going to do some cutting. So you will need a craft knife of some sort and a cutting board. Now, the reason we left this alone, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and miter it as well. So you're going to, where these two intersect, you're going to cut it at an angle this way, and then turn it and cut it at an angle this way. So you're going to get a little piece that looks like this out of it. Okay? And again, over here, I'm going to cut at an angle towards that intersection, flip it, and do it again. Okay? So what you should have is a piece that looks like this now at the bottom. Now, what's next? Okay, we're going to fold all of this in, and so we're going to cut out the window, or we're going to trace the window. You're going to just trace the edges of your flaps as they are when they're closed. Okay, just like that. Easy peasy. What about this top part? Okay, now that part we're going to need a ruler, which I just had and I don't know what I did with it. So let me grab another one. I can reach it. Got it. Okay. We're going to measure a 1/2 inch from that fold right here. So from this fold, we're going to measure, and I'm going to eyeball it, about a 1/2 inch away from it. And that's going to be the rest of the window. Okay? So that looks about a 1/2 inch. Yeah, okay. And then from edge to edge, like so. And that hopefully, yep, will be our window. And that's what we're going to cut. So take your craft knife and just cut out your window. If you're lucky enough to have a die in that shape, that would work too. Okay. And again. I feel like these are not cutting straight for some reason. Okay, let's see how we did. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like we might have a little bit of a curve around here somewhere, but that's okay. I think we did pretty good. Alright, so we'll take another piece of vellum and we're going to fit that into here. Let's see how close we get it. We look good on the sides. This way, it looks like we need to cut off just a smidge up here. So I'm going to just mark it where the fold is, right beneath it. And that's how much I'm going to cut off. Let me see how we're doing on time. We're good. Okay. So let's cut that piece off. Okay. Let's see how we did here. There we go. Good deal. Alright, now the difference with this is the gluing part. We're not going to glue these flaps to this. We're going to glue the vellum to this back part here. Okay? So, my advice is, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, so this is vellum. I think Barely Art is also a good one to use, but not art glitter. That will make it buckle. But I'm going to first start with putting in the glue around the edge of the window itself, because I don't want there to be any gaps between the vellum and the edge of the window. So we'll start there with a thin bead, getting close but not too close to the edge of the window. Okay, we'll slide our vellum in, making sure to get it within the folds of the envelope. Okay, I think we're good here and there. Yep. All right, then just press that out. I'm going to make it tight, so press from the middle out, like so. Okay. I don't see any gaps. And then if you want to go around the edges, you can do that at this point. That's what I would do. That's what I'm going to do. Just so make sure it lays flat. Not as much as a concern here because we're actually going to glue this part down. But these side edges, we don't do that. So I'm just going to make sure those edges lay down. So I don't want anything to catch on it when we're putting stuff in the envelope, right? Okay. Let's check this side, and I think these are good. Yeah. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. Now, next part we're going to glue down is this bottom flap here. Like so. All right, and then the rest of it is just like the other envelopes. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my art glitter glue since we're going back to paper on paper. If I can get it to come out. Is it squidgy again? Yeah, a little bit. Let's try it again. There we go. And go. Then you're just going to flip this up like so. There's your window. Now if you want, you can notch it right there. I think I will, actually. I'm going to use, before it gets too wet here, I'm going to hold this up and do a little shallow notch right there. There we go. And press these down. And here, if you'd like, you go ahead and ink it. I'm not going to, just to save us some time. And now, you should be good to go. Now let's do the closures. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? I like it. I'm not claiming this is my idea. I'm sure somebody else has done it. And if you've seen somebody else do it before, please let me know so I can give them credit. Like I said, the pocket that we did before is what inspired me to do this one. So this is what we made so far, right? So let's do the closure for this envelope. We're going to do it with an eyelet and some butcher's twine. So first we're going to punch our hole for our eyelet here. You want to try to find your center. There we go. So either I'm off center or the point's off center. One of the two. That's okay. This is junk journaling. We accept those imperfections. Gives a character, right? Grab your eyelet, put that in there, and keep it in there. Be nice. And go ahead and set that. Okay, I think we're good there. Now I'm going to grab some butcher's twine here. How about the blue? I'm going to do the light blue or the dark blue. I think that's black. Let's do the light blue. Now I'm going to just wrap it around just to make sure I have enough all the way around to tie a bow. So that looks like it's enough, and maybe a little extra just in case. Alright. Now, next piece we're going to do is just make sure we got enough on either side to tie the bow, and I think we have plenty there. Alright. Now what I'm going to do next is flip it over, and then just going to push this to the side, grab my Fabri-Tac, find the center of the envelope, and put a bead of glue down the center. Okay? Then, you're going to push your butcher's twine into that. Just press it down. And then for a little extra security, try to make sure it's straight first. Be good. A little extra security, I use a little bit of tape. In this case, I'm grabbing my Scotch tape. That's right there. You can use washi tape or whatever. And just put that over the back. Gives it a little bit more stability as well. And then we just thread the eyelet and tie the bow wherever you want it. If you want the bow up top, pull it up that way. If you want the bow down by the eyelet like I do, pull it down that way. And there we go. Cut out the excess thread. Excess thread, if you like, which I do want to. It's a little much. Alright, you guys, there you go. That is our vellum window envelope with a twine closure and our vellum pocket from Bookpage. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? I think so. Here's the other. This is the first one I made of this, and it came out. Kind of was like, oh, I think somebody might want to know how to do these. I like them. I think I'm going to do a little mask make on these soon. Or it would be a good idea for a mask make, don't you think? Either one of these. Either the pockets or the envelopes. But I think they came out really nice, and I hope you guys learned something or enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button for me down at the bottom. I'd appreciate it. It helps out our channel more than anything else. In our description, we'll have some supplies. I think from my Amazon store linked there. Things that I use. If you do use the link, I do get a small commission, but it doesn't change the price for you at all. It's the same price either way. There's also a link to our Etsy store and a link to our Kofi site where there is some free ephemera already up there for you guys to download for free. Just get over there, and where it says how much you want to pay, just hit 0. And then you'll be able to download it for free. What else? If you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll get notified for any new content. We'd appreciate that as well. And also, please leave a comment. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, what else you'd like to see. Leaving comments and interacting with our videos with the thumbs up or the comment helps out our channel more than you guys know. It's the best thing you could do for us, so we totally appreciate it. But we'll see you guys in the next video. We'll talk to you soon. I hope you had a great night. See ya. Bye.